This is Nation Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel. My name is Angelo, your anchor, and we've been following up on lots of information lately, which I'm going to relay to you in the next couple of minutes. So you will just pull a set and sit back because we have lots of things to talk about. Now, if you haven't forgotten, let me remind you. Today was the day set aside for the deadline day for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinibu to redeem his name as regards the documents asked by Atiku Abubakar from his alleged or his supposed college, that is Chicago State University. Now, the institution, let me give you the whole breakdown of everything that happened today, because we have sources directly and we have a link directly, so we are actually putting our ears down, and we are also watching physically, because if you're closer to Chicago, then you have to attend and listen to what actually conspired, so people at home can really know what is happening. Now listen to the main issue and how everything went on today. The institution, that is Chicago State University, said some of the requests in the application by Atiku were inappropriate. I smell a foul play here. When I heard this statement, I began to smell a foul play. Chicago State University has promised to release the academic records of President Bola Tinibu if it gets another order to do so from a United States court, not from a Nigerian court. Where is this thing leading us to? So this man has gone far to Chicago, to use his pockets and do one or two things. Listen, now this particular statement was made known in the document shared by the People's Democratic Party on social media earlier today. Now the truth is, the presidential candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, actually asked for the U.S. court for the Northern District of Illinois in Chicago to order the university to release Tinibu's academic records. Now, Tinibu's credentials state that he actually graduated from Chicago State University in 1979 with a bachelor's degree in business administration and management. But Atiku believes he has conflicting academic records. Okay, now in the application filed before the U.S. court, Atiku believes the release of Tinibu's academic records would settle the controversy surrounding his academic background. However, in its response to Atiku's application, the university, as I earlier said it does not understand why Tinibu's records could possibly have any bearing on a 2023 election challenge in a foreign country. Look at where they're going to. President Bola Tinibu and Atiku Abubakar actually could not get a final reply or a final conclusion on this. The institution said some of the requests in the application were inappropriate. Now the university said finally, in the event the court determines to allow any discovery to proceed here, the university urges the court to direct only limited targeted discovery on the university. Now, I know there are lots of English in this, so I will explain so that we will all understand and know where all this is pushing us to. Now, Tinibu's lawyers, or Tinibu through his lawyers in the US, said it was one unnamed clerk. That is what they alleged, because after, when everything began, there was supposed to be hearing from Tinibu's side. Now, they alleged that one unnamed clerk that worked in Chicago State University some time ago, during when Tinibu was a student, made mistakes on his graduation dates, the logo of the school, and so on and so forth. So a clerk now creates logos, and if he makes typographical errors, is it also his responsibility to create the logo? So you would know what we are going to. Now, on the document he presented in Nigeria, lots of mistakes were seen. As you can see on your screen here, this is the original of the document he presented to the Independent National Electoral Commission from Chicago State University. There are lots of typographical errors there, as well as the logo that is on that particular certificate. You could see another one on top. These are two different ones, and you could see the difference. Now, that Chicago State University should not release his records with the institution to either Atiku Abubakar or the public, because election petition tribunal arguments are over in Nigeria or in Nigerian appeal court. So the documents are not admissible in court any longer. Can you see? No wonder they dragged it until it fell on 23rd of August. Now that we are only waiting for the Presidential Elections Petition Tribunal judgment, which will come on or before the 21st of September 2023. This man, Bola Tinibu, is a very, very cunning man. Now, the truth is, although he thinks that the US is actually back in Nigeria, where lawyers and judges use 99% of technicalities and they don't even dictate from the evidence and they give their rulings. But I would love to tell him that, I'm sorry, you may fail at the end. If you think you've crossed this hurdle, there are still more hurdles to cross, because this particular court is not in Nigeria. So you may lose them any moment if you think you have them in your pocket. This is going straight to Bola Tinibu. Now, Bola Tinibu, in a midnight feeling, said his academic records are not part of Atiku Abubakar's petition at the Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal in Nigeria. Therefore, the U.S. court should deny him access to his academic records at the Chicago State University. Tinibu's argument is contained in a late-night filing of August 2023. In response to an order directing him to give reasons why his academic records at the Chicago State University should not be made available to Atiku Abubakar. You can see on your screen, these are documents from the court, because I told you we'll bring you first-hand information. So these are documents from the court. The front page of that document is saying this document is from the United States, in the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division, in reapplication of Atiku Abubakar for an order directing discovery from Chicago State University pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1782, number 23 CV 5099. This is the document number of the lawsuit against Bola Tinibu. The caption of that particular document says, response to application under 28 U.S.C. 1782. That is what that document is saying. And if you check the document very, very well, you will see that there are places that were actually underlined, as you can see on your screen. Let me read that place that was underlined, because these are places of utmost importance. Now, I read, unfortunately, in responding to the illegal and invalid subpoena, Chicago State University made several errors. Chicago State University issued a new diploma for Bola Ahmed Tinibu, but incorrectly wrote the date of graduation as June 27, 1979. That is Exhibit 3, CSU Registrar Affidavit 1.5. The correct date was June 22nd, 1979. But the scrivener's error, along with a change in the Chicago State University logo, the font on the diploma, and the leadership at the Chicago State University who signed the diploma, created the appearance of differences between an earlier issued diploma and the one issued in response to the 2022 subpoena. Now, from this document, that means really he doesn't have a BSc, but he has a diploma, because there is a difference between these two things. You either have a B.Ed, that is, you have something like a BSc, that is a degree to yourself, or you have an MBA, that is a master's degree, okay? But having a diploma, I don't think it's actually can be quantified or equal to what we have over here in Nigeria, because Bola Tinibu actually submitted documents that said he was a degree holder. So with this now, the long and short of everything says that they cannot release these records because they don't have an order from a U.S. court. That is where this thing ends. Anyway, I never expected anything from Chicago State University, even though Chicago State University is renowned for, being especially corrupt. Yes, when you are in America, you will know what I'm saying. If you come over, you will understand what I'm trying to say. Chicago State University has been known for a very long time to have a very long track record of corruption and lots of heinous activities. So I never expected anything good to come out from Chicago State University. Given the choice, I'd much rather choose a private university in Nigeria, yes, anytime, any day, than one of these mushroom universities in America. That is what I'm saying, and that is how it is, okay? When you hear outside the country, you hear America, you hear UK, not all of these schools really have the integrity and dignity to do anything more than lots of private universities back in Nigeria. So, with all we've seen today, that means we have to put more hands on deck in the tribunal to see what happens over time. That is that on that particular update. Yeah, next on the block is something that will actually shake the Nigerian political periphery, because this particular video and updates and the secrets revealed in this video is something we've never heard of. Yes, I am telling you, we've never heard of this. So pick a seat and sit back, because this particular information will blow your mind. I don't know if such a thing has happened in Nigerian politics before. Let me let it out. Have you ever heard in Nigerian politics that aside money laundering and aside lots of activities that are very, very illegal, have you heard that a politician stole something from somebody physically, like a big politician, as big and as high profiled as a deputy governor of a state? Have you ever heard something in Nigeria like that? Over time, if you've lived 4 decades, 5 decades, 6 decades, that a politician actually stole a property as low as a gold wristwatch from somebody? Seriously. Now, pay attention to this, so that you will know which politician, which deputy, a sitting deputy governor did this. And I'm shocked. So, pay attention. Now, something happened sometime in March 2023. The deputy APC chairman in Edo State. Now listen very, very carefully. The deputy national chairman in Edo State, or state chairman in Edo State, that is Mr. Jarrett Tinibu, was arrested. Now, he was arrested over an allegation that said it was an alleged possession, an alleged illegal possession of firearms. Pay attention, I'm taking it gradually. Now, according to Jarrett Tinibu, the deputy or the vice chairman, state vice chairman of the APC in Edo State, according to him, he said those who orchestrated this arrest was Honorable Philip Shuaibu, the deputy governor of Edo State. Now, during this arrest, lots of things happened. Alright, so I would not love to let the cat out of the bag. I would allow you to watch this video so that you will know what Honorable Philip Shuaibu did, and you will know the involvement of him in this arrest and how the theft came about. I will explain everything after this video. Stay tuned.
Well, I'm here to submit a petition against the Commissioner of Police in Benin, because before the election, we were adopted by Philip Shuaibu and his police orderlies to Benin, where they tried to forcefully put a gun in our hands. And at the end of the day, we resisted and refused the gun. During this scuffle in Benin, before they took us to state CID, they took my Daytona wristwatch with diamond, a golden Daytona wristwatch studded with diamond, my name on it, Jarrett, on it, and they took it from me. One of my diamond rings. And when I wrote my statement that period, and I told them that Daytona gold wristwatch was taken from me by Philip Shuaibu, orderlies. And I did my petition, and in that petition, it was very clear, and it took our fingerprints to ascertain whether the pistol they were trying to force on us was from us, and I think they discovered it wasn't from us. Since then, that issue has been there. They've not investigated it. They've not returned my Daytona watch to me, which I asked them. And when they now released us, and as I was going, when I got to Jetu, Philip Shuaibu also supervised, and they shot at me, and I identified 3 people. Abbas Yakubu, Oliman, and Sanu Imoedume. They were the ones that shot me, and the matter was reported at the state CID at area command in Auchi, and the matter was taken to Benin. And till now, they have not invited any of them. But to my dismay and to my surprise, this year, about some few weeks ago, I went to America. I was in New York. And in New York, I got to hear that there was this FMI Congress that was going on in New Jersey. And I attended. To my surprise, I saw Philip Shebo with my Daytona wristwatch with my name, Diamond, on it. So I wanted to embarrass him, but I was asked to slow down and I should take the matter because it was outside the country and it would not be good for such a thing to happen. So I kept quiet, I kept mute. I came back to Nigeria to report to them how I saw the watch in Philip Shaibu's hand. Till date, they have not said anything. So I had to come here to do a petition to compel the Commissioner of Police to collect my watch from Philip Shaibu and return it back to me. That's all I'm asking for. I need the Inspector General of Police to compel the Commissioner of Police in Benin to tell Philip Shaibu to return my watch to me, because if that watch is not returned, since it has turned to a matter of theft, I am ready to confront Philip anywhere I see him. I don't care whether he's deputy governor. I'm ready to confront him. If I see him with any watch, I will take it from him. I don't know whether he's going to sell it, because that wristwatch is gold Daytona watch with my name inscribed on it with diamond, and that watch is about $250,000.
All right. So now you've heard from the horse's mouth there. That means actually it has been confirmed, because he called out the police commissioner of Edo State. That means these things are serious. So he saw his gold wristwatch, his Daytona gold wristwatch, diamond plated, with his name on it, Jarrett, on the wrist of a deputy governor of a state outside this country. He saw his wristwatch on the wrist of Honorable Philip Shuaibu, the embattled deputy governor of Edo State. He was stopped by people. If not, he would have gone to disgrace the deputy governor wherever they met in the US. So that means somebody in this country, a politician, is not really content with what he has, but has really found it very simple stealing from people. This is very, very bad, because no wonder he has an issue with his boss, Governor Obaseki. And I don't think if he continues like this, he would actually go out of this safely. Because with this public call by this Chief Jarrett Tinibu, that means the whole world would now know that there is a deputy governor, a politician in Nigeria that actually steals from people. Properties as low as gold wristwatches, at least a deputy governor's salary should be able to provide a gold wristwatch. It must not be diamond plated, but you should be able to provide that. Please, warnings should go to our politicians, especially the new ones that have come on board, so they will behave well. Not just we are okay, we can say that we can actually contend with the fact that you steal public funds, but not people's wristwatches. That is a disgrace. Now, our viewers should like our videos, share them. Don't forget to drop a comment for us in the comment section. Tap the notification bell as well as the subscribe button if you're watching me for the first time, and then watch till the end. These things you do will make us go viral. Now, finally, there has been an issue bothering River State for a long time. That is oil bunkering. River State Governor Similaye Fubara has cried out and called on the Nigerian Air Force to, make hay while the sun shines and not leave work to the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian Navy alone. He said they should put hands on deck as they are part of the armed forces, because there is a high rate and level of oil theft in the state. He admonished them when they came to pay him a courtesy visit in order to congratulate him over his emergence as new governor of River State. Watch this video. More details after the break.
I want to appeal to you. When I say you, not you, but the entire Air Force. We're having a difficult time in this country. I want to appeal that you try as much as you can to see what we can do. We're ready to work with you to reduce economic sabotage. Bunkering is a big issue. A big issue. It's not an issue that we are going to leave in the hands of the Navy or just in the Army, but everybody needs to come together. Even the government needs to work with you. You play a very strategic role, and that role is those things that we can't see while on ground. You can assess them up. And when we work together, I believe nothing is impossible for us to conquer. So I appeal to you to order the commander in charge of this base to work with us, because we intend to start a new arrangement. We already had an existing one, but I believe it's a bit slow now. We want to rejig it to see what we can do, because we want to fight this issue of bunkering headlong in the state. I will direct the special project to maybe visit the facility and assess the state of the housing. The runway we normally use there, I think it's also proper. We also assess it, and whatever it is that we can do to put it in order, we will. 2 days ago, what we need to do in terms of logistics, we have even handed over to them to commence whatever it is they're doing. So we are trying on our part to keep the service active and moving at the pace that is required for him to move.
All right, so I will not say much there. Port Harcourt in Rivers State has been a place that has actually suffered from a high level of oil bunkering, as well as the whole state and in a whole, because for the governor to cry out, you should know that oil bunkering is gradually eating up the state. So all hands should be put on deck. The Nigerian Air Force, Nigerian Navy, and the Nigerian Army, including the Nigerian Civil Defense Corps, should please do the meaningful or do the needful, so that everything will fall in place. Thank you so much for staying with us. See you next time. Bye.